studies have shown it can take about 2 years to get over a divorce. And I know some women who've never got over their divorce, or it's taken a very long time. And that's especially so if it's getting divorced from a person who is highly narcissistic. I managed to reduce that timeline to 6 months, and in this video I will tell you how I did it. I'm going to explain the best way of getting over the most toxic of divorces, including with older children, because this was my situation when I got divorced. I was 50, and it was potentially the most extreme of toxic circumstances. And one thing I was certain about was that I wanted to get through the process in the most emotionally healthy way possible, and to learn the lessons so that I wouldn't repeat the experience ever again in my life. And it had been that horrific. It turned out that this was also the fastest way of moving on, no matter how bad the situation had become at the end of the marriage. And it was really bad. The difficulty was that I was dealing with the most toxic of ex-partners, a psychopathic ex. There was no appropriate mediation. There was no middle ground. He wanted to literally finish and destroy me physically, emotionally, reputationally, in all ways possible. And it was so bad that a restraining order was placed on him. And everything that was being done on his side was in total bad faith. It even involved my youngest child, who was actively being alienated from me. And even though this was a very distressing time, it actually gave me the validation I needed to know for sure that I was dealing with an antisocial personality disorder, as my GP explained. I would say it was even more than that. I would say it was psychopathic. But anyway, so what did I do? I accepted I was a victim, but I decided there was no way I was going to stay a victim or become a victim again. And I also wanted to live a happy life and to connect meaningfully with other people in the future. And this decision was the basis for my rapid recovery. So I took radical responsibility for what happened to me. I looked at what I could do, that I could actually do something about it, and what I couldn't do anything about. And I was determined to learn the lessons of my experience. And I've got to say that it took a ton of courage, but I knew it had to happen. I wanted to know in every detail what I could do differently to avoid this ever happening to me again. So I focused on me, not the psychopathic ex. I went on a relationship fast. I knew I was too emotionally vulnerable to start dating. There were also too many unanswered questions as to why I had become a perfect match to this person. I accepted what had happened, and I looked at why, in particular, it had happened to me. My emotions were the keys to my fast recovery. And I allowed myself to feel all the feels, and I used therapy and tools to work on my traumas, because I had a lot of those. It was an incredible journey of self-discovery. I'm still on it. Some people call this inner child work. Some people call it shadow work. I worked on myself daily. It was pretty intensive. And every time I felt triggered, I went to my emotional toolkit and I put my focus 100% on me and my well-being, not the ex. I practiced self-compassion and meditation, and it gave me personal strength and calmed my soul. It helped me know that I could get through this. So mistakes people make that prolong the divorce recovery and keep people trapped: relying on unhealthy coping mechanisms to process strong feelings and emotional reactions. So things like emotional eating, drinking, shopping, sprees, addictions of all kinds, including sex and street drugs, venting to everyone about the horrible divorce and how badly you've been treated, these things will bypass your healing. They will harm you because you are suppressing your strong emotions which remain but are buried, and this isn't healthy. Starting a relationship on the rebound. So out of the frying pan into the fire. So the other thing as well is focusing on what the person is doing, has done, and what might do in the future. Getting obsessed with narcissism will prevent your healing. So one bonus point that was a total game changer for me that I highly recommend. Despite everything that I had gone through, I developed a gratitude and appreciation practice. I wrote in my journal every day about things that I was grateful for, and at first it was little things like appreciation of the local park and the sunshine and the trees in the park, but the momentum built, and after a while I was beginning to appreciate some amazing things, and these things were happening to me. So the more you appreciate, what you appreciate appreciates. So the momentum builds on that, and the speed of your recovery depends on you. If you can follow these points and avoid the common pitfalls, it'll work for you too. So thanks for listening. Please like and subscribe to help this channel grow, and I'll see you in the next one.